they have the best safety standard today. Even they, I'm aware with the executive secretary, they are already improving on it. But there's so much lawlessness with the independent marketers, and I'm engaging them headlong. I had a meeting with them, and I'm having a meeting now with them. Once I leave the studio, I'm going to meet them. We're going on full enforcement. This lawlessness is not good. Yes, let me just mention some of the monumental losses. A crash at 10 p.m. along Kaduna Zaria Road. A police station was razed down. 15 vehicles damaged. Burnt. Between Ibadan, end of Lagos Expressway and Iwo Road. One crash occurred. Daytime, 2 o'clock. 15 vehicles were burnt. Other damages. Look at Lagos Ibadan. The lockdown of about 4 weeks ago. It was a tanker at 3:45 a.m. And for 2 days, it was horrible for Nigeria. I had to come down to come to Lagos from Abuja for us to give a helping hand and we resolve it. But 283, 251 people injured, 251 killed, 581 injured, and 1,192 people were involved. What caused it? Brake failures. Most of these tankers are over 30 years of age. In this situation, if I have my way, they are not supposed to be on the road. But because I mentioned economy. Yes. But Mr. President said the solution to all this is effective railway system, which the government is working on. And last week, the Honorable Minister for Works, Power Works and Housing, told NATO and Nupeng to start working on the usage of the train system, the rail, for conveying the parent. The pressure is too much on the road. 90% of our transportation mode is on the road. Yes. The government is already thinking on realignment of intermodal transportation system. We need to find solution to this. It's a real issue. It brings us to the issue of speed limiting device. What is causing these products to spill? Because the safety valve is missing. Ideally, DPR is not supposed to clear any tanker without the safety valve. Safety valve is like the cork on a bottle of water. You know, if the cork is not there and it spills, it drops, it will spill. Yes. But if the cork is firmly screwed and it drops, it will not. You just pick it up. So even if a tanker falls, you're just supposed to either do transloading and lift it up if the safety valve is there. But when those things are not there, there's so much compromise on the minimum safety standard, which is not FRA's responsibility, but other agencies. That is why road safety is shared responsibility. And I've got it to a level that enough is enough. I'm meeting Nupeng. We're going to work on this, and I tell them, look, the government is worried about this because I was summoned on this. The National Assembly too is worried. We need to find a long-lasting solution. That's the issue of speed limiting device. Now, 1st of February, there's no going back.
Please, two things,
there is no going back.
Just 2 things before you go. First of all, do you have powers to prosecute?
I have powers to prosecute. I can prosecute. The 21,000 workforce can prosecute.
Okay. Secondly, if you look at some of the roads, quite honestly, if you're traveling in Nigeria, you'll be saying, is this country really intelligent? The roads are so dirty, and if you get to the bypass of Benin, for example, the tankers park anywhere, blocked off of the road. They've made that beautiful road a mess.
I agree.
So what are you doing about it?
The minister has given them the ultimatum. And I expected that by yesterday, Friday, they ought to have made submission back to the Honorable Minister on, because what they're supposed to have is the parks. Government cannot provide parks for them again. They should be able to provide parks. Dangote and lots of other. That is why if you look at the organized transport sector, like Kennedy, Lichuku, ABC, they all have their terminals all over. Okay. That is what is expected. Exactly. You cannot be making money and not investing in the transportation industry.
Making a mess.
You don't expect government to be doing this all the time. You see, you now have a government that's told them point blank, go and prove that the Honourable Minister told them, I don't want you on the road again. I was there. And has given them ultimatum. You see what will happen next year.
We have 5 minutes, so you share it among yourselves.
Patrick, no, I need to ask you this question quickly, and if you can answer in one sentence, fine. There used to be way bridges because of overloaded trucks and trailers on the expressway, which caused those roads to actually undulate. And those undulations in themselves constitute a danger to other road users. I don't see those way bridges anymore.
Yeah, the way bridges have become toys because patriotism left the country.
Exactly.
If we know that Nigeria is our country and she deserves the best, every hand must be put on deck to allow it to work. today as we speak, that 3,000 liters is supposed to be the maximum trailer load. There are 60,000 that is being dragged on our road.
And the minister cautioned them at the meeting that he had that they want to increase it to 90,000. So that's, Patrick, like sitting on a keg of gunpowder. Yes. Whereas supposed to be 33,000.
So they paid their way to avoid using the way bridges. So when the way bridges were no longer being patronized, they naturally died. Then the second is the fact that our maintenance culture is zero. The way bridges needs to be maintained, so we are not maintaining them, definitely will break down. The third is whoever is to go and buy, rather than buy the 2016 way bridges, they go and buy 1424.
No, okay, on the way bridges are coming back. Two plazas, they're coming back. The Honorable Minister is working on this already, because I was privileged to be the chairman of the way bridge implementation committee.
Okay.
All those ones have been reactivated, and the minister said he may likely look on the PPP structure. They must come back, because the axle load violation is too much. But if we can move them back to the rail system, that is the ultimate. The pressure is too much on the road. That is why go back and address the fundamental, which is going on now.
We have to close.
2 minutes. He has 2 minutes.
Your last word.
All I just need to say is that
Last word.
Sustainable.
as long as all these things we are talking are good and they are the right way to go, the Federal Ministry of Work, the Federal Ministry of Transportation, all the various ministries of transportation in Nigeria must sit down. And we must take away the responsibility. I'm going to keep throwing banters. The responsibility of driver license issuance in state must be removed from the Board of Internal Revenue to the Ministry of Transportation. I've traveled around many states. Only like 3 states in Nigeria have the driver license system under the Ministry of Transportation. And that is where the drivers are bad. Because the Board of Internal or Inland Revenue is after revenue with the Joint Tax Board. It is abnormal. Let's bring it back to the Ministry of Transportation with the VIO system and the Motor Vehicle Administration Agency established in all the states of the Federation, so that those who drive vehicles can be said to be professional drivers. Not
your last word.
All over the world, safety is not funded by government alone. FRSC Nigeria is underfunded, and that's the bride of the United Nations. I want to personally admonish agencies, companies to give towards equipping FRSC Nigeria.
Your last word, sir.
Let me assure Nigerians that for the end of the year, we need the support of all Nigerians. Like Patrick mentioned at the beginning, let's comply with the traffic rules and regulation. Even if there's gridlock, let's be patient a little bit. Call 122. If there's any obstruction, if there's a crash, if there's somebody misbehaving on the road, please, let's correct one another and call us to come and do the right thing. If Nigerians can be compliant, I think it will be much better. We need the support of all Nigerians, and I believe with the enlightenment, advocacy, and education going on, next year, January, when we are doing this review, it should be a success story, a positive result.
Well, and we should also,
Nigerians, sorry, go ahead.
And we should also learn to be patient on the road,
one
after the other, and each man gets through.
Yes, don't worry. That is the utopia, no problem.
Thank you very much,
Thank you, Marshall, very much.
Thank
you.
Boboye.
At least you have done some thinking about this period. Because sometimes people don't think that you have thought. So thank you for thinking that you have thought.
Thank you very much,
Patrick.
Corps Marshal, Federal Road Safety Corps, Dr. Yeyemi Boboye, Patrick Adenosi, Safety Beyond Borders, as well as Kade Okpaifa, Sustainable Transportation Consultant. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for this very interesting segment.
Thank you so much.
Sunrise will return in just a moment with another interesting conversation. Make sure that you join us.